So welcome everyone. This is call 2 of 6 weeks to summer boot camp, basically. And with us today is Stevie Finn, who we're so excited. Thank you so much for leading this call today. I'm going to share a screen in just a little bit as soon as Stevie tells me when and how. Go ahead, Stevie, you're on.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I just we're going to go over some booking slides, and I just want to say thank you guys all for taking the time and doing this program. It's amazing. When we, really take the time and put a little bit of effort into our business, it's amazing what we can do. I've kind of sit back and just let bookings come to me, and this is one thing that I've really been working on in the last 6 months or a little bit longer maybe, and is really sharing my business, being able to, not be scared to reach out for those bookings. So, all right,
Hold
Donna,
on,
are you ready?
I think I'm gonna mute everyone just so that you're a little bit clearer. So hold on one sec. Let me see if I can mute everyone.
Okay.
Well, almost got everyone
I think it's just a
muted.
day for technical difficulties.
I know. Some people won't let me mute them. Okay, but
Right.
go ahead. And because
most
you're
of them
kind of going a
are.
little bit in and out, so wherever your microphone is, if you can get it, be just really close to it,
Okay.
Stevie, that would be helpful.
All right, I'll scoot in a little bit. I'm really
Yeah.
close to the computer. All right, so you can go ahead and start sharing, Donna.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna welcome you guys all to our 6 weeks to success. This is class number 2, and I'm so excited that y'all are here joining us with it. Go to the next one. So we made it. We all accomplished. I think I read that Claudia said that there was 48 of us. So congratulations for taking that, extra commitment. We made it to week 2. Wasn't the call on the products absolutely amazing? Beth and Christina shared so many great tips and selling ideas. Let's take a moment and share a few of them that you really liked. Does anybody want to share real quick what they liked the most about some of the calls or something that they watched?
I will. I just got to get back to my notes.
Okay.
So I like how they were talking about having confidence in your stuff and to do
Yes.
more style shows, cooking styles, and how to get all the planners and stuff in there and stuff. I really liked all that.
That was great. Anyone else?
Just chiming off of the confidence, I just liked the confidence they had in general in their shows. If something wasn't going right, or if people really weren't participating, they were just asking those probing questions, and they know that they have a good thing, and they know that they're good consultants as well. So that was very inspiring.
Yes, it was.
I loved some of the word pictures they used to describe, some of the products and how it would benefit them. The feature, they would go over the feature, and then they would go over how exactly that feature would benefit the person so much. When you know that much and you're that confident and you could relay that to, your guests, that's huge. And the confidence that you will have when you know all of that.
I love that part too. That's great. All right. I think go ahead.
It was just a great reminder for me that one, especially with Lori's story, that because Claudia is my direct upline too. And as much as, I need her to be that supporting force for me when I'm not believing in myself. It's a great reminder that, that's who I am to my team.
So what I'm thinking is someone has a phone and computer on so that we're hearing the echo. Okay.
Good. All right. Well, those are all great tips. And I think, yes, definitely knowing our product and the benefits is a wonderful thing that we all need to work towards. So, all right. So we'll go on to the next one, Donna. So now that we have some of the amazing selling skills under our belt, we've listened to some of that, we'll be able to start sharing these great tips and ideas when we're at our shows and while we're out and about. So it's natural for us to start talking about bookings and prospects. I hear it now, but I don't.
Yeah, again, if anybody has both audio and video on, or computer and audio, we need you to mute yourself, or actually you can't have both or we'll get an echo. So just want to look at the list. Okay, go ahead.
All right, you can click to the next one, Donna. So we're going to start with share. We're going to share things. It's super easy to share what you're so excited about once you've educated yourself on it. You have products that will change people's lives. Do you know that families who eat dinner together have children who do better on their SATs, better interview skills, are less promiscuous, less apt to do drugs, smoke, or drink, all because they ate dinner together? When you know information like that, it's hard not to share what you know. How does that make you feel to know that you're having an impact on future generations just by going to work? And I know for me, I have 3 little ones, and that is super important to me. I want them sitting down with us, sharing, being able to talk. So I'm, know that I need to start at home on sharing and be able to reach out. That's one thing that I loved about our homework for last week, was being able to share with others on Facebook, whether it was through some of the videos and the pictures. I loved seeing in our group last week all the pictures that everybody shared. So you can go to the next one, Donna. So it's easy to share when we're out and about. We can wear our Pampered Chef logo wear, carry a bag, or carry a tote, even wear your name badge. And if you're bold, you can even wear your apron in the grocery store. Carry a Pampered Chef cookbook to find the ingredients for the recipe. When you're in the brownie aisle, carry a brownie recipe card and give them away. I love to put my name and phone number and my website address on those whenever I hand them out. So that's kind of a good way, to have that too. I know what you're thinking. Wait, what? You want me to talk to people in the store or at the checkout? Are you crazy? I'm not crazy. You can go to the next one, Donna. Really not crazy. Anywhere there are people, there are those who eat, right? How many of you struggled with dinner before you joined Pampered Chef? I'm sure there was a few of you, just like me. How many of you struggled with tools to make the dinners that you wanted to make? How many of you stared at your cabinets or at your fridge and hoped that something would just jump out for dinner? So do all of these people who we're surrounded by. I think we're being selfish if we don't share. Okay, go ahead, Donna. So the biggest thing that I struggle with is, what do I say? So here's a little kind of thing that you can kind of go with. Hey, is this a good brownie brand? I'm making this recipe tonight. Show them your card that you have. Bring your, if you bring your recipe with you, show them that. Do you think it's a good brand? Have you heard of Pampered Chef? And of course, we know they're going to say, I love Pampered Chef. When was the last time you've been to a party? Would you like a new product flyer? When they say yes, or maybe even if they say no, you could still give it to them. I'd love to follow up with you and see what you think about the new products. Can I get your information? And always use a drawing slip, or you can use a sticky note and put them right onto the mini catalog so that they can write on their information and give it back to you. And make sure to let them know that you'll call them tomorrow. And it is a must to call within 24 or 48 hours. Or just throw it away, because after that amount of time, less than 10% they lose interest every day, and even more if they've only just met you at the store. Okay. So if you're in the checkout line, you might say, I can't wait to try these brownies at home. Don't they look yummy? And then if they answer, you can say, have you heard of Pampered Chef? I know, right? Once they say, I love Pampered Chef. When's the last time you've seen a catalog? Here's a copy of the latest spring products. Check out our veggie spiralizer. It's taking the noodle world by storm. I'd love to follow up with you and see what you like about the new products. So once again, you can hand them your Post-it note and get that information. Okay, so now if they get really excited about the products, then ask them if they'd like to have a show, or give them all for free instead. It's okay. It truly is that easy. Sharing is just caring about people around you and having a conversation. When you start seeing it as investing instead of a chore, it will become much more fun and easy for you to do. Prospecting when you're out and about is nothing more than a friendly conversation. You also want to be prepared when someone asks you, what do you do? You don't want to be fumbling and coming up with the words to describe what you do. So this is probably one of my favorite things. I've always just said, oh, I sell Pampered Chef, but I'm really working on this. So we always want to be prepared. So we can have a little 20-second commercial that we can be prepared with. So here's a couple ideas. So I have created, I help create mealtime memories with quality tools and tasty recipes. I show busy families how to get dinner on the table in less than 30 minutes. I help people realize that cooking can be fun when you have the right tools. And I like this one because the cooking channel is one of our favorites. So I help people discover the inner Rachel Ray. All of these are designed for people to then ask you, well, what do you do? Oh, I'm with the Pampered Chef. Have you heard of Pampered Chef? And their response 99% of the time is, I love the Pampered Chef. I'm so glad I'm not a lawyer. No one ever says, I love lawyers. All right. So now that we've prospected all over, let's talk about bookings at our show. Bookings are the heart of our business. So the magic number is 2. You never want to close a party without 2 bookings. 2 cooking and 1 catalog would be even better. You have to have 1 show to replace the one you just did, and you have to have 1 show to grow your business. And a catalog or virtual party is just gravy for the paycheck. In order to get 2 bookings, you have to ensure you do a few things. So here's the big list of items, and I'll post this later too. So that way you guys can go back and make sure that you're, working on these key points here. So 1, our hostess coaching is effective. We'll cover hostess coaching next week, so we'll talk about that more then. Number 2, show up on time. Number 3, make sure all the dishes are clean. Number 4, make sure you're appropriately dressed. Logo wear is amazing. Number 5, smell good. Everybody loves a good smelling kitchen. Number 6, Talk about high-priced products to create desire. Sorry, I just lost my spot. Sorry, guys.
7.
Okay, number 7. There we go. 7, make your host feel special and appreciated. Number 8, go over bookings in your intro, in your demo, and several times in your closing. Number 9, use the door price slip or walk them through the order forms and use the checkout boxes. Always make sure to tell them to check yes. Number 10, do the three pile checkout. Ask every single guest and be prepared to handle objections. Is that a no, not now, or a no, not ever? Number 11, if they say no to a cooking show, ask if they'd do a virtual party. Number 12, ask for a referral or someone who would do a party. Number 13, turn your host into a booking agent for you. They get a 50% off item too. Offer an incentive to the guest or host to book, such as when a host gets 3 bookings, she gets the prize in the bag. Or when you book your show, I'll bring the ingredients for a molten lava cake. Number 15, know about your products. When you're doing the demo to create interest in purchasing and booking. Number 16, smile a lot and have fun with your people. No one wants to book a show with you, but they will book with Tigger. Number 17, have your calendar ready and clear and book your dates right then and there. Get them on your calendar if at all possible right then. If not, then write down dates you do have available for the month and that you're wanting to fill. Tell them to contact you as soon as they've picked a date. And if they haven't contacted you within 2 days, group text the potential booking and the current host at the same time to follow up. All right. So one thing that is important is definitely the belief in ourselves. So on your way to your show, start saying, I will get to cooking and 1 catalog booking today. I am a booking magnet. Everybody wants to book with me. Start saying I wish, or stop saying I wish and start saying I will. So we're going to look at our 4 pillars of success: belief, passion, skill, and will. Last week we discussed our belief system. I challenge you to strengthen your system so much that your belief in our 3 opportunities endures from you: the opportunity to purchase, the opportunity to book a show, and the opportunity to join of one of the fastest growing teams in the Midwest. When you wake up, the first thing you should think is, whose life will I change today? Our passion is so important. This week, I want you to look at your passion behind this company's booking opportunity. You have got to believe that we have the best thing ever and be so completely passionate about it that you can't help booking tons of parties. Are you passionate at your parties? Are you passionate about your products? Can they tell that you're in love with your products? Can they tell when you talk about booking how much fun it's going to be and how crazy they'd be not to have a party with you? Can you paint a picture so clear that they have to join your team? I love Pampered Chef. So here we go again. Answer yes or no honestly. Are you passionate about your products?
Yes.
Are you passionate about booking shows?
No.
Are you passionate about sharing our business opportunity? Whether you are or you're not, it shows. If you do not feel passionate, how can you find your passion? So first, you can attend National Conference. We are 12 days away, and I hope that each and every one of you are going with us. Number 2, go through PCU again. The PCU University is all on Consultants Corner, and there are some amazing classes that you can take. Watch YouTube videos. If you're anything like my kids, there's constantly YouTube in the house going, and there's so many different things that you can watch, from products to shows, all kinds of information that will help you grow your passion there. Play with your tools at home. Attend team meetings. Listen to training calls, just like this one today. Find a batter bowl buddy to keep you accountable. And I think that one is so important. Definitely find someone that you can share each and every day, your accomplishments or things that you're struggling with. Find someone in your team and help them to be accountable also. Number 8, find a fair or a booth to work. And number 9, come to recipe nights. I know I love watching Claudia whenever she shares her recipes on there. Even there may be something that I haven't tried, seeing what other consultants are posting. I love doing that because that does help me want to find another passion on, a new recipe. So number 10, find a Pampered Chef mentor. And we have so many amazing upline that we can, reach out to help us mentor. So definitely try that. All right. Do we have any questions? Anybody?
I don't have a question, but something that I did was earlier this spring, I with Donna's help and with a book I was reading, I worked really hard on discovering that really strong why that is going to keep me through. And I have noticed such a difference in my business since then. But something that I did recently, because I felt I was kind of losing losing that passion that why had put into me. And my notebook where I'd written everything down was getting a little worn. I actually typed it up and printed it out and put it in a frame in my office, so that it's right there. And anytime I feel myself kind of like, oh, I just don't feel like working my business today, I can look at it and read it, and it helps get me re-energized, at least for the next 30 minutes, so I can, do my calls or whatever.
That's great. I love that, Liz. That is amazing. And I think, that is definitely, our why is so important. And I think our whys can change, from month to month or, year to year, but we want to find something that we are so passionate about. I love that. Anyone else have anything?
When you approach people and you say, oh, have you heard of Pampered Chef, when striking up a conversation, what about the 1% who says no? How do you say, oh, well, let me share with you without sounding salesy?
That one can be tough sometimes. Donna, you have any good? I'm like drawing a blank.
I missed it. I was actually thinking of something else. Say that again.
I would say, oh my gosh, you haven't heard of Pampered Chef? We have been around for 37 years. We offer some of the highest quality kitchen tools that make your life so much easier in the kitchen, to help you provide healthy meals for your family, and to provide them in 30 minutes or less. I would love to talk to you more about that. Could I get your information?
Perfect.
Yeah. And I think the other thing to always think about is you can never be salesy if you are talking about them. If it's all about them, and rather than you talking and going blah, 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 blah about Pampered Chef, instead asking them questions of, so, do you cook a lot? Do you, do you eat out a lot? Are there, certain things that you love to cook? What kind of foods do you love? What kind of foods do your family love? Do you have kids? Do you have a family you have to cook for? How often do you cook? Then it's all about them, isn't it? And there's no way to be pushy or salesy when you really are taking time to get to know what people's needs are. We can't service them or support them unless we do know that. So I think the more that, and we keep saying how important relationships are in this business, and that's a great example of that. So whenever you feel like I'm getting salesy, stop and start asking questions. Ask questions to yourself. Say, what do I know about this person? How can I serve them? And you'll probably realize real quick, I don't know enough. So let me ask them some questions and get them talking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was wondering too, when we were talking about the why, this is where my brain was just now, Stevie. And I think you have such a great story that I think could be so inspirational to so many people on this call, and even many that are going to listen later on. And I was hoping that you would take some time and share your journey, because you were with Pampered Chef for 3 years or so, pretty much working at almost a hobby level, right? Like active every month, maybe kind of thing. And, what changed and how has that change impacted you and your family? And what kind of things can people do to do that? Because I think that people want to get there and you've lived it. Do you think you might be able to, can I put you on the spot a little bit here and have you share?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. So like Donna said, I was definitely at hobby level. I wasn't doing a whole lot. And this past June, I've been with Pampered Chef for 9 years. And it really wasn't until the last couple years that I've really picked up and done more with it. I wanted more. I really started, this will be my third conference in 8 years, and I live 4 hours from the home office. I should have been there every single year. But I kind of bounced around. Donna's actually the third person who I have been under. And Donna has been amazing at teaching me. I've learned so much underneath Donna. I mean, that's honestly, I'm going to stop there because I'll get teary-eyed. Anyways, I've learned a lot, and being able to reach out and finding that why, and really understanding that I need more for my family and I wanted more, going just reaching out and finding those more bookings, whether it's for the more income, different things. My husband and I went on a trip this year. We went to the Kentucky Derby. That was something that had always been on our list of things to do. And thanks to my income, we were able to go and do that. So definitely digging deep and finding your why, finding out what you want to do. This year, I decided I was earning a trip. I have never been on a trip with Pampered Chef, and that is my goal. And I am really close to my goal. So being able to sit down with Donna and understanding what I needed, 8 shows a month, 2 recruits a month, setting that goal and saying, okay, I can do this, and reaching out to anyone that will help me do that has been amazing. Finding that accountability partner. I have 2 of them that I talk to very regularly. And that to me has been probably the biggest help in any of this, and just growing where I want to be.
So, and I guess my question to you would be, once you make the commitment to doing 8 shows and recruiting 2 a month, how hard is it to do it? Like, is the hardest part between your ears? Or
yes. Absolutely.
Like tell us about it, because I'm just asking you. I don't know if you feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is all a mind, mind over matter. When I set my mind to it, those words, asking others to help me with the words, that was always where I felt my downfall was wording. So I've reached out and I've asked, what words are you using? What examples? Just like a lot of you guys have said with Claudia, I've heard it so many times, do a 3-way, get the wording. Don't be scared, because if we're not scared of it, then we can do amazing things. Definitely just reaching out more, like whether it's, there's so many different posts that everybody shares, sharing the monthly specials, doing, like right now I have a drawing, and I'm going to message each and every person that's on there and let them know that they can get the pots and pans for the 60% off this month or for August. And just sharing that, not being afraid to share that, when you've got your goal and you see that little diamond, dangling up there and you want it so bad, you just let fear go and you just let the mind let go of all that. It's an amazing, I don't know, it's an amazing process, I guess.
Yeah. And once that happens, it's really just a matter of then doing what people are telling you to do, right?
Yes,
Because I think
absolutely.
that's where we fight it between our ears in our brain, is we tell ourselves we can't do things and we fight it and fight it and fight it. And then the minute you commit to it, which is what has happened with you, and you've done this now for 6 months, 8 and 2 every month, 8 shows, 2 recruits every month for 6 months. I mean, did you ever think that 6 months ago that you would be celebrating this consistent growth in your business?
No. And I didn't, even I became a director in October, and I had, let's see, before that, I recruited, I think it was 4 of them. It was either 3 or 4 in the month of October. And I hit director from doing that. I only had 1 person on my team before that. And after that, it was like, okay, it's time to step up and figure out what I want. And so I knew director was it, and I set the goal for that, and I did it. And just like you said, with the 8 shows and 2 recruits, I want to go on this cruise, and I know that that's what I have to do. And I will reach out, and I will ask, and I will share, and I will do whatever it takes to get those at shows or out and about or wherever I need to, on Facebook or anywhere else.
And of course, the plus is that in addition to earning a wonderful trip, you're probably earning close to what, $1,200, $1,500 a month right now?
At least, yeah, at least. Yep. A lot of time, close to 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's 8 shows a week. That's still a part-time business, right? 2,000 a month is pretty amazing. Okay. So I wanted, because I know Stevie's kind of shy, but I just want to say how proud we are of you. And, we hear this time and time again, even from people that promote to director. The minute they make that commitment, it happens. And that's really when it happens. Yeah. And so if you're on this call and you're wanting more, that's when it's going to happen for you too. And Stevie is living proof of that. So, okay, Stevie, I'll hand it back to you.
Yep. All right. Well, so our homework, we'll have a few things to listen to, your takeaways. Definitely make sure you look through that. We'll post that on the event page also. So we're going to go down to the next one, and we're going to think about how many shows will you commit to this week? How many out and abouts will you commit to this week? Grab your little, flyers and put your sticky notes on there and say, okay, today I'm going out. I'm going to hand out 2 of these. I'm going to get 2 information, their information back. So number 3, set a follow-up with your recruiter to discuss things. Let them know what your actions, what you're wanting to do. That way they can help you with that also. A, how many leads did you get? Keep record of this. How many bookings did you get? When you reach out, keep track of everything. Have a little notebook and be able to write all these things down. C, what were your sales? D, what did you have trouble with? And be honest, that's okay. A lot of times we can find, it easy to find the trouble and find where our downfalls are at, but also we want to look at letter E and find something that we can brag about. Do something this week that's gonna make yourself super proud of yourself. Step out of that box just a little bit and reach for one more booking. All right. All right. So thank you guys all for sharing and talking with us today. We thank you so much for attending. And we'll post a few of these on the event page. And if we have any other questions or anything, we can finish up with that. Anybody have anything? All right. Well, once again, I just want to say thank you guys for joining us today. I hope you all have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stevie.
Thanks, Stevie.
Your homework will be
You're
posted,
welcome.
everyone, and there'll be a Google form that you'll fill out with all the details on there too. So watch for that. That'll get posted in the event, probably later in just a little bit here. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Congratulations.
Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you at conference.
Yes. Hope to see a bunch of you at conference. Bye.